What's up, world? This is the Underdog Podcast, and I am your host, Sly. And in a minute, I'm about to have my guys, TD, Swag, and Chris will be here today. Today's episode will be about mental health awareness. So we hope you guys enjoy the show. Peace, love, and abundance, everybody. Yeesh. Get my guys in here. How y'all doing this evening?
Yo, we
Yo,
here.
yo.
Episode 3.
Yes, sir.
Going on. Peace and blessings to you guys, kings and queens out there.
Yeah, most definitely. Hope y'all afternoon going smooth like ours, man. Yeah, I just invited that cat, man. Swag.
Yeah,
Should
we
be here
getting
soon.
right. Yeah, man. Big topic today. Mental awareness, mental health, taking care of thyself. Your inner is your outer. You know?
Definitely. This is a very important topic, man. We don't really talk about that much in our community, man. You know what I mean? People just starting to get the awareness out there, but I mean we need to add more emphasis on it because our community really, really, really needs to understand mental health and understand that we all dealing with it in some way, in some fashion.
Yeah, I mean, just speaking, between man and woman, any race, any ethnicity, that has nothing to do with mental health. But you know, I mean, then when you want to speak like culturally and everything like that, mental health goes far back from our ancestors.
Right.
But it's like every trick that was tried in the book, we still here today. So it's definitely a box set aside for us, but it's all about the individual. Once you take care of your inner, that's your outer. Is you gotta watch who you idolize. You gotta watch, because I mean we all came up
Gotcha.
under the umbrella of a lot of different things, but once we branched off and really started seeing more clear to it, it's like, once I know myself, now I start following my inner self, my own self first, before I follow anything on the outside.
Well, you said a mouthful right there, boy. I
Yeah,
agree, man.
definitely.
I agree, man. You must always follow your inner self, man. You will never steer you wrong, man.
Definitely. That's where you want to answer, you know. Search within yourself and continue to give yourself knowledge.
Yeah.
There
What's
you
up,
go.
Yes, sir.
guy? How you doing,
Yes,
man?
sir. Yes, sir. Blessing my boys.
You know
Blessing.
it.
Well, that cap you got on your head, man.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
man. With
With
God, man. With
with
God. It's
God.
on the way.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Big
You
guys are
know it.
on the way.
Cause that, we got to go through who we got to go through to get there. But hey, it's
Hey,
on
we
the
gonna
way.
get there, bro. We gonna get there. Wig guys is
I'm
on the way, man. That's the official LLC brand. Me and my partner
yeah.
Swag, man. We finna roll this out real soon.
Show, man. Yeah, we specialize into natural hairs, preferably wet gang. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely on the way. We got a long list of products, natural hair products,
Hmm.
and apparel
Yeah.
too as well. We got caps for the wicks, stocking caps, snapbacks,
Yeah.
the
I'm
whole
finna
nine.
get them. I'm finna
And
get
we
them
gonna have
ASAP.
merch too as well. Remember, we gonna have the merch, the t-shirts, the jackets, everything, the
Yes,
whole
sir.
nine, man. We gonna come out real hard swing.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Embracing our culture, not the
Right.
culture that they painted, but the real, the true ways. A lot
Yeah.
of paintings and Egyptian writings and all that type of stuff kind of let where the origin of our style and everything come from. They try to paint it as negative,
Facts.
but it's
Yeah.
not. Um,
Straight
so yeah,
up.
man. I mean, while y'all boys in here, what's the difference between inner self and outer self, and how do you know the difference?
That's a good one.
Okay.
The difference between inner self and outer self. The difference between inner self and outer self. Your inner self is your divine being. So it's your true self. You know what I mean? Your outer self is just this vehicle that we walk around in. It's a body. You know what I'm saying? It's avatar. So the difference is with this avatar, we only see like 1% of light in this round. So technically, we were 99% blind of what's really going on in this round. Your inner self can see, but your inner self be so clouded through
Mm-hmm.
the pollutions, the metals, the toxins, the poison that you put into your body. So you must
Mm-hmm.
decalcify your pineal gland to be able to tap into your inner self to really understand and to really value and trust yourself again. So that's what we preach, and that's what we
Yeah.
mean about your inner self.
Then you want to keep a real simple term to it. You know, they always say don't judge a book by its cover. You're looking at the outside person and not the inner person. You know, you really don't know. You just judging. But just what you were saying, man, we're gonna start it off with, you know, the you are what you eat. You know, the self care. You know, taking care of your inner. You know,
Big
so
fact. Yeah,
Right.
you are what you eat. Every 35 days, your cells will revamp itself. So let's say, for instance, you go on a 30-day where you're not eating no meat or nothing. All that stuff, your cells gonna recreate itself, and basically, it's cleaning the toxins out of your
yeah,
body.
Right.
So
it's
you are
healing.
what you eat. So if you eating dead food, dead things, you got that
Mm-hmm.
dead energy, all that's in your
Yeah,
body. So you're
Right.
walking around here and you wonder
sluggish,
why you feeling sluggish, like and you wonder
mm-hmm.
why you feeling
Depressed,
sad and
all
depressed.
that type of stuff. Yeah,
You wonder why
Right.
were you being envious or jealous. It's all type of stuff that go with that, man.
Right.
And once you start understanding what you put in your body, you start valuing yourself all over, like really valuing yourself,
Right.
really loving yourself when you take care of
mm-hmm.
yourself. Health is wealth, right?
Yeah,
And that all
no
goes back to
lie.
what you were saying about the pineal gland.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that plays a major effect too as well. Because like I say, I went a long period of time without dreaming. Like I used to ask myself why. Like, when I was younger, I used to dream, man, at night. And then over a while, I'm like, man, I don't dream as often.
Right.
It wasn't until I stopped eating meat and I just start feeling better, thinking better. It's like I'm dreaming now. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you say that opens up that gland because that's what you need open is that pineal gland for you to make that happen.
Yeah.
So
Definitely,
health
It's
is
a
definitely
it's
wealth.
man.
right.
Because even like going through my little journey of realizing like, man, I feel way much better like eating the way I eat now and working out and exercising. Like I don't wake up feeling tired or just eat. I'm eating a lot of more stuff, just giving my body energy.
Hmm.
Even though it hurt though, man, when I'm looking at these wings, I see stuff out
Right,
and I done
right,
reprogram my mind to be like,
right.
man, I don't want it. I don't need it. It's
Hey,
simple as
It's
that.
it's an addiction, bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's an addiction. It's like, man,
Yeah.
I can't let go of that steak, man. That
Man, I
steak,
need some
I can't let that go.
gyros, everything.
There you go.
Telling you.
That part, man.
Fried chicken,
That
you
man.
ain't lying,
Man.
bro. I used to eat
part.
chicken 3 times a week, chicken wings, bro, three
Yeah.
times a week.
So it's like it's really like you reprogram yourself or something you used to do all your life. You just know that it just started out like that. You don't even know why.
Right.
It's a lot of like when you like you say when you with your inner self, a lot of us don't reach that point. Some reach early, some others reach later. But it's almost like around you used to seeing everything, so you mimicking everything around you. It's like your inner self is not like you said, it's cloudy.
Right.
Until you reach
Right.
a point where it's like I need to retrain my mind, reinvent myself. So you give me your inner self is resetting. You resetting yourself. And you find out later you feel a whole bunch more better, and you're thinking more clear and things of that nature.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, like my homie Swag was saying, that's the reason why a lot of us don't dream anymore. Because think about it, when we was kids, we was in a pure
Dream a
state.
lot.
You feel me? We was
Right.
pure, man. We wasn't of the world yet. You feel me? And then like once
Mm-hmm.
we got of the world, it's like we start dreaming, you start remembering a lot of dreams, you start getting all unhealthy and shit. It's a lot of BS that goes along with that. And once I went back to eating healthy, it was a wrap. Like now I'm currently reaching almost a year and a half of being on the alkaline lifestyle. And
Yeah.
I mean, I do this with my eyes closed, man. I just completed my 30-day fast. Like it was nothing. I mean, I love it. I wake up like T was saying, man, more energy. I
Mm-hmm.
really feel like a teenager again, man. Like my son 13. I really feel like I'm 15 running around with him and stuff. Like real talk. Like it's unbelievable, man. But health is wealth, man.
Yeah. So what you guys feel about when they say the term psychedelic? They always put a lot of negativity on it, and stuff like that. But not all psychedelics are bad for you, you know. Just the instance, green the gas, 93 Supreme,
Right.
that's everything. It have you in your most
Right.
creative state.
Yeah, and that
Or every time I know I smoked this something, I was out. It went straight to my mind. I'm creative. I'm more focused and tapped into things.
Right.
yeah.
What you
Yeah,
feel
bro.
on that though, Sly?
I mean, you know how I feel, bro. Yeah, I see my background already. I love mushrooms, man. That's my shit. Uh, but my favorite psychedelic, though, to be honest with you, would be probably DMT.
Go back to the mushrooms though for the people that really don't know about the mushrooms. Like, what would you say the experience on those? Because what they made them illegal too, right? Something
Right.
that comes
That's
from
what
the
I
earth.
Yeah,
Exactly. They
bro.
don't want
They
you to tap into that, man. It's a dangerous
yeah,
thing tapping
it's
in.
a dangerous, bro. So
Yeah.
what he mean by dangerous thing, like, so they basically made psychedelic drugs illegal. Reason being, when you take these drugs, it make you really tap into your inner self, like straight up, like you tap into your God self, and all your memories start flowing back. You start really seeing that all is everything. You is everything, and everything is you. You start to see that you're connected to everything. So, say for instance, when I took mushrooms, it takes like 45 for the mushrooms to kick in. Um, Usually, I just take an eighth now. I'm like a vet in the game. But if you just starting out, man, like take a gram. You know what I mean? Take a gram of it and see how you feel. Like how it make you feel.
Right.
But like I said though, man, it opened up your pineal gland, and you really see the world for what it really is, and it's a wonderful thing, man. I kid you not. But like I was telling T, man, DMT my favorite. Reason being because as soon as you take one hit, it's like boom, you there, and you only be in that trip for 30 seconds. But in the quantum physics world, time don't exist. So it's like, man, that trip for me was everything, bro. It really opened up my mind when I took DMT. Like it showed me for the first time in my life that everything was connected. Reason being, dog, nature was talking to me, bro. And when the nature was talking to me, man, I listened, and it really like helped me get through my situation when I
See,
was going
I
through
think
at
I
the
think that's the type of stuff that keep me away from psychedelics. Like I don't know if that's something I want to experience. You feel me?
type stuff.
Right.
See, that's
You
the
gotta be
see
that definitely something you
and,
gotta
and
be
that's the
prepared for.
programming they
Right.
push out. They want you to fear it because at the end of the day they fear us, so they want you to fear it. You know what I'm saying?
It's like they
Fear
having
fear for
control
you
of
to know
our
yourself.
mind.
Mm.
Right.
Control of our mind. So, in the sense of a mental health perspective, like not to go too far left, but it's like, simple as when people talk racism, like, all right, whatever. But as a culture, like, how come we can't be racist? We don't control what they eat. We don't control what their kid go to school at. We don't
Right.
control their way of life. So when you get in that type of environments and everything that's set up systematically, a bunch of mental health come on a man and a woman, showing the woman that she's not beautiful for embracing her beauty as being a black woman. She can't wear natural hair. Uh, just like entertainment right now in society, they're showing them that they need to go get their body did. They need to be like the rich white women, like all that type of stuff, and that's mentally toxic. That's keeping them far away from coming back to themselves because they watching how everything else moves. Then with the black man too, you know, Sammy Sosa is they want to be the white man, bleaching their skin and doing all type of stuff, like, you know, but I feel like, you know, it's just everybody you gotta speak more, you know, highly of ourselves instead of putting ourselves down, and stop letting them people put stuff on TV and that control your mind to be like, I'm not good enough in this society, or I'm not worth anything. Like, you keep hearing all the, like I say, from a youth, as a child, they put us in school 12 years. Every year you hear about slavery, 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 slavery. You keep hearing about all that from being young. So you get older, you start looking at the conditions around you and everything like that. It's like, soon as, like we was talking about earlier, when a white man call you nigga, by the time a white man call you nigga, now you feel so offended and ready to do everything about just a word. But as far as us building our communities, keep that same energy. When it's time to build and do all this type of stuff, why you can't put the energy over here? You know? It's crazy, man.
Right.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, like using derogatory words, you know, like to kill off the man's masculinity.
All right.
Type stuff.
So let me ask, man, what do you think? What do you think we start? Like, what can a person do? Like, you know, or what can we do as a group? You know, like,
I mean, shoot,
figure
you
that
know
out.
how, I mean,
It's
just
gonna
to,
start. Oh, you got it.
no, you got it. Go ahead, bro.
Oh shit, I was just gonna say personally, it's gonna start with self first.
All
Yeah,
right.
You
yeah,
can't
that's what I was
change
going.
nothing unless you
I
change
agree.
yourself. You gotta change yourself within. You gotta change the way you think, the way you perceive things, the way you,
Mm-hmm.
the perception of everything around us, bro. Like literally, bro. That's why I always, I advocate. I don't really want to say preach, but I push. You know what I'm saying? Learning thyself. You know, getting our species to
Mm-hmm.
remember. It's not about educating or nothing. We already know this.
Yeah,
We just forgot who we are.
yeah.
You
All
feel
right.
what I'm
And when you
saying?
say
So it's
that,
all about. Hmm?
I say when you say that, we forgot who we are because look at us, we products of our ancestors. That's why it's like you say we
Right,
already been here before.
right. Seriously. So it's just like
Mm-hmm.
it starts
Gotta
with
wake,
self,
gotta
man.
wake up, man.
Once you start with self, man, and then you able to, change that with yourself within yourself, man, then we can move forward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I feel
people
like
got to get
we
away
doing
from.
it too. We doing it, man.
Yeah,
It's a lot of people riding. A lot of people waking up right now, bro. It's, like I said, it's a wonderful time to be alive, bro. It really is, bro. Because we finna see some big changes, bro. It's gonna be a big shift right now, bro. I swear, bro.
yeah, man. So like, you know, back to the like I said, the masculinity situation when it comes to like, you know, far as what men are dealing with right now, mental health as a black man out here in the society, it's like you say, they pushing out more feminine vibes than showing us being that strong black man or that black king. You know, that's not tolerated to even appeal like that. You know, they know we faster, we stronger, we quicker. They know our physique is way different than them, you know. But when it come to us, like, all right, you already got the white culture gonna do it. They do use their derogatory words and stuff. But when they come to us doing it to ourselves, uh, when you out with your crew and y'all out at whatever, the mall, you can be at the mall, you can be at Popeye's drive through, you see wherever you see somebody's on site. So it's like, look, you and another brother got a problem with one of each other. Your homeboy gonna say, you be like, you know, you wanna push some positive out there. And then first nigga gonna say, what your pussy ass gonna do? Then you push it. But all like that is really killing the masculinity and makes you, instead of going to that brother and really just, hey man, let's talk about this. You got a whole hotel and nigga like, boy, your ass pussy, boy, your pussy ain't gonna do nothing. It's just like we do it to ourselves too, you know,
Right.
and it's crazy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, why
Big fact.
why people don't get upset about not owning shit, bro? Instead of, stuff like that, like you against one another, bro. It could be easy as a conversation, but nah,
Yeah.
it just, but
Yeah, but
it's crazy.
real quick, bro. I'm sorry to cut you off, brother. This
What's up?
comment really touched my soul, real quick, bro.
Yeah,
One black Cherokee, man. I suffered with depression a long time ago. Tried to take my own life. I'm okay now, but it's scary because it always there. It's in my head. Yeah, man. Depression, like I was saying earlier, bro.
right.
Depression,
Tap
it
in.
comes from. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Depression comes from, like I say, man, the foods we eat, bro. It really throws us off, bro. So just by the foods we eat poorly, bro. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We eat so poorly to the fact that it throws our emotions that we can't even control our emotions.
Yeah.
Sometimes you be feeling sad, you don't even know why you sad. Sometimes you down, like depressed, you don't even know why the
Mm-hmm.
hell you depressed. Like you say, it's all in your head, man. I
Start
suggest
off by changing them
yeah,
food.
I suggest you change your diet. Cut out the meats, the processed meats, the swine. Um, cut all that stuff out, bro. And I don't know if you are doing it now, but I suggest you to start meditating too, man, to help you get grounded and level and to tap into yourself. You know what I mean? Because depression is something big, and in our community, we need to really take that serious because a lot of people are taking their lives due to the fact that they,
Mm-hmm.
depressed and stuff.
How society, how society, is weighing on people,
Right.
especially as just being a black man in general in this society. You got everybody against us. That's a mental thing too. You got women against
Yeah.
you, you walk outside, police against you, white men against
Yeah,
you. Like
man.
it's so many different boundaries, and like it's just like if a man is married to a woman and the woman take everything from the man ain't really got nothing else going on. Type shit, like everything get took, his kid gone, everything, then you got to deal with all the other stuff. Like,
Right.
no, we
Big
gotta
fan.
do the sticking together, man.
Yeah.
Um, and then like you say, with what you eat, it's about what you eat. It's just like when that example when Popeye released that chicken sandwich, bro. People were fighting over it. It's like that Boondocks episode, bro. It really real.
Right.
Niggas was fighting and cutting each other over a chicken sandwich, bro. That let you know these fools is doing something, bro. It's doing something.
Yeah.
Got people addicted, you
Right.
know.
But that's how you know this shit is a big ass experiment. Cause think about what you just said, bro. Everything that's getting shown to us, it already happened either on
Yeah,
a cartoon, a movie, or a show. So
yeah,
when we see it in real life, it won't really like startle us because we'd be like, oh shit, I saw that on such and such.
yeah,
So they prepare your mind for the fuckers. You know what I mean?
Right. Propaganda.
yeah. You
Yeah, it's
know them folk
propaganda,
doing
bro.
it, bro. Cause it's just
It's
like simple as back in the day, bro. The watermelon shit. They stereotype. Niggas eat watermelon. Niggas eat chicken. Making us get
right.
on stage for entertainment. That's mental, bro. Big
Well,
ass game.
Great mention.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't
So,
make no damn. It don't really make no sense, bro. And what you was talking about earlier, how I had when I cut you off, bro. That
hmm
second question, I think you was talking about the toxic masculinity.
yeah, that part.
Yeah, bro. And the only reason why they do the toxic masculinity, just like you were saying earlier, bro, as black men, people in general, whatever. I don't even
hmm
like saying black, 'cause you know how I feel about
Right,
that word.
right.
But as melanin, neuromelanin people,
Yeah.
carbonated beings,
hmm
um, they know that we got the abilities to we smarter than them. First of all,
hmm
we can outrun
That
them.
part.
We athletic.
That part.
We better than them in everything, right?
We don't
So when it
burn in
comes
the
to the
sun either.
men, they are afraid of us, so they have to suppress our masculinity. That's why
Yeah.
they make it toxic because when we show our masculinity, they already got a bad label for it, toxic masculinity. You know what I mean?
Nah.
And truth be told, way, the only time they want to see masculinity in this society, if it's how should you say, a LGBTQ woman, not pretending, betraying herself as a man. That's when they accept that.
Yeah,
On,
I get that.
you know what I
I
mean?
get
Because
that.
it's not. How should I say? It's not. Uh, what's that
You
word I
not
want to say?
superior. You feel
Yeah,
me?
it's it's
Yeah, you
it's not.
not.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy, man. That's the world
I
we
get
live
what
in.
you're saying. I get what you're
They're
saying,
afraid
man.
of us,
Cause
man.
yeah,
And this shit, what we doing right here, is powerful as hell, man. We getting,
definitely because everybody tapping in right now. Most people are like minded. Everybody waking up. So it's like everybody ain't out here on the BS. It's a lot. But it's just
yeah,
like what we can control, as a unit is the same thing we doing right now. Like I said, back in the day, they used to sit around. It used to be illegal for us to have communication. So I think that's mental abuse too. Back in the day, because they didn't give us the opportunity to read, no knowledge. Like I said, it was illegal for us to even get around and talk like how we talking right now. So you got to think a
man.
generation of that done went by, and now where we at today, we got to take advantage of it. But yeah, man, we
Exactly.
about 30 minutes in right now. So we're going to bring our guest in for this mental health episode.
We got a guest today. Yes, we do. Shoot it
You
over
got to
here.
invite.
Yeah, I know. I'm doing it right now, man. I'm looking for it right now.
Okay, yeah, Resiliency by Dee.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. It's a great era. It's a great time to be alive, man. Cause we finna
Mm-hmm.
take our planet back. we
Yo,
finna take our
don't you
planet
know this
back.
too? Don't you know this too? Before we tap in, like with the masculinity, you got men like they got this high ranking and everything when they go in the public for like say a Black Lives Matter or something, they have them go out there. That black man beard is shaved, he's booty face, he ain't got no dreads, and he just don't look like a black man, bro.
Type shit.
Crazy. But you
Yeah.
know, we got our guest on right now from WomenOsphere podcast. Resilient by
Hello.
D, as you can see.
Hey,
What's going
Hey
up.
on, Queen?
guys,
Welcome to the cast.
Welcome to the
Welcome,
chat.
welcome.
thank you for inviting me, guys. I'm happy to be here.
Definitely
No
welcome.
doubt, man. Appreciate your presence.
Definitely.
Appreciate the invite, guys.
So, of course we know you, but to everybody that's watching and tapping in right now, just give us a background, of like Danielle, as the person and what made you like what transitioned you to where you at right now, especially with your brand and everything. Just give everybody an insight what made you like get into what you're doing, especially mental health.
For me, guys, when it came to mental health, and you guys know me since I'm gonna say a baby, but pretty much since I was a baby, mental health wasn't my first choice. I honestly feel like God kind of directed me towards that path. Because in high school, I wanted to be an actress. I was going to go to Oak Ridge, but I ended up going to Dr. Phillips because I was
Right,
in the magnet program for theater.
right.
However, you fast forward a little bit, I ended up getting kicked out the program because of my grades. They weren't horrible, but they weren't good enough to stay in the program. So once you
Right.
got to like 11th and 12th grade, that's when you start to think about what do you want to do when you graduate high
Right.
school. For me,
Hmm.
I kind of paid attention to like I've always been a light. I've always had like a aura to where people can gravitate towards me. I can say hi to somebody and they'll tell me their entire life story. And then I'm one
Hmm.
of those people, I like to know why you do what you do. Why do you think what you think? If somebody went and murdered somebody right now, my first thought
Hmm.
is going to be, well, dang, what was going through their head at the time? Then
Right.
when they
Right.
murdered them, what was going through your head while you murdered them? And afterwards,
Mm-hmm.
well, how are you processing the murder now? And
Deep
then after you
investigate.
processed it, right, after you
Right.
processed it, like how are you moving forward? So with that definitely, those factors kind of led me towards mental health because I ended up going to FAMU. Shout out to all my rattlers, and got my
Okay then.
bachelor's in psychology there. And then I don't know if you guys remember when Britney Spears shaved all her hair off
Oh yeah.
and went bald headed. We were young at the time, but
Yeah.
So I
at the
remember that.
time
She
it
was like the only one
happened,
did
right, we're like, damn, she crazy. Like, what's wrong with her? Now
Right.
that we're grown and I'll get my bachelor's, I'm like, damn, Brittany, I'm right behind you. Like, life is hard. Life is a
it.
struggle. So that
Yeah.
definitely helped push me in that area. And then too, going to FAMU, you get to know yourself. It's like you literally relearn everything. You learn everything that you were taught growing up is a lie. So you have to relearn, and then you realize how mental health plays such a factor
Oh
in
yeah.
our community. A lot of times, not a lot of times, there's so many negative stigmas associated with mental health in our community, like you guys were already saying. And I just realized, like, I need to be one of those people that help break that barrier, that help get rid of that stigma. Because a lot of times too, and I want to hear y'all opinions with this, when you think of a counselor, when you think of a therapist, what comes to mind?
Somebody that's gonna read me. You know what I mean? Tell me about myself, something I don't know about myself. Yeah.
Somebody
You know?
that's gonna give me the answers to all my questions.
Right. And
There you
that's
go.
the problem. There's so many misconceptions when it comes to mental health. A therapist and a counselor, we're not here to give you advice. We're not here to
Right.
fix you. We're not here to do none of that. We're literally here to help you sort out your own thoughts. You are the master of your thoughts. And people don't realize
Definitely.
if you can't think mentally, you can't function physically.
Yeah.
You need your brain in order to do that. And another thing, like, people don't realize, when you break your arm or your leg, where do you go?
What do
Hospital.
you mean? To the hospital?
Right.
Yeah.
So what's the difference with your brain? If your brain is foggy, if you can't think right, your brain is cloudy, why not seek the same medical attention for your mental health that you would for your physical health? Another thing that kind of made a factor for me in our community, if something's wrong, we say, go pray about it. Go pray about
Man,
it. Go
come
to
on.
church.
That's like a space filler. That's just something to say.
It's something to
Right.
say, and people don't realize you can do both. You can pray right before your session to say, hey, God, my creator, like, please give me the clarity that I need after I finish this session with the counselor. And then you can go pray again after the session. Like, it really just, it just depends. People just don't see the importance. And for me, because I feel like people can resonate with me. I'm not your normal therapist, counselor. Like, I got red hair, I'm tatted up, like I'm what
Somebody
other
that can
people
relate.
would consider normal, right? I'm not gonna be the one that's saying, sit in my office, tell me what you feel like. How what no, that's not me. And even then, I'll say, after I got my master's, I really found out I don't want to be in the office counseling people.
Yeah.
I belong in the streets as
We out
far
and about.
as,
Yeah.
yes, because a lot of the times the people who are able to come to the office and get help, they have access to it. What about the people that don't have access to it?
Yeah.
And then some of our people who do have access and are able to come in the office, you got to think about insurance companies. Say, for instance, y'all came to me and your insurance only allowed you 5 sessions, but you need 10. Then what? So now I got to throw you back out there, and we didn't finish doing what we're supposed to do. So for me, all of that played a big factor. And it's like, how do I give back to my community? How can I help break the stigma when it comes to mental health? And that's really what I feel like God directed me. He was like, you don't need to be an actress. You need to be right here doing mental health, which it also inspired Resilient by Dee. And in the comments, I forgot where it was, but Nick, you said it earlier, the person who kind of felt suicidal. Life is full of ups and downs. Like, there's so many things that we're going to go through. And I came up with Resilient by Dee. And Resilient, the motto is, remember, every situation is leading into extraordinary new testimonies. Regardless what you're going through, regardless if you're at rock bottom or if you're just having a bad day, having that resilient mindset, a positive mindset at that, I feel like it's always a reminder to keep pushing. Even if you, for me personally, I done have some moments where I'm just like, okay, God, what am I doing? How am I going to get through this? And I had to tell myself, you can cry and dwell on the situation, or you can cry and be resilient and know, okay, I might not see the light at the end of the tunnel right now, but I do know if I'm going to be resilient, that light is going to eventually come. What's his name? Inky Johnson. He said, and this stuck with
Yeah.
me so much. He said, how you view what you do will always
Mm-hmm.
impact how you do what you do. And
Mm.
that right
Yeah.
there, like I live by that. Literally, how you view what you do, how you view what you do will impact how you do what you do. I have to be resilient. Even if I don't see myself being resilient at that moment, I know, okay, if I have this positive mindset equals positive outcome.
Right.
Negative
Yep.
mindset, you're going to get
Negative
negative
outcome.
outcome.
Exactly.
Big
It's
And
fact.
that
having a
simple.
fearless attitude, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and
Big
being
fact.
fearless. A lot of people, they fears keep them from being the best them, the best version of them, you know.
I still even
Yeah.
struggle with that. There's certain things where I have to tell myself, just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, just do it. If
Just
you
do it.
fail, get your ass back up. Because if
Right.
you
But
don't do it, then it's that what if.
that's the thing
Mm-hmm.
though, especially in our community, we feel like failing is something bad. It's
Mm-hmm.
like taking an L, a loss. It's not a loss, it's a lesson.
Right.
Part of
Yep.
Like
life.
if you think about it, all your losses, your so-called losses was lessons in life. And it helps you elevate to the next level for
Mm-hmm.
you to understand, you know what I'm saying, what's going on around you. And the lesson too. So it's like take risk. Don't be afraid
Right.
to go out there and take risk.
Yep.
Don't be afraid to, take, lessons, not losses, lessons and learn
It's
from your
only a loss if you didn't learn from it.
Right.
right.
Yeah. Definitely. Like, you're supposed to be able to take something from everything you do, even if it's something
Right.
positive. Like I was just saying earlier, me changing the way I eat and stuff. I remember telling you when I was finna go to Cali, I'm like, man, I can't even, I fit the shirt. Now I'm in it. You feel me? I thought I had the upper side. I like, man, I can't even wear that bit. That bitch done shrunk. But that was my poor eating habits doing that. It just consumed me. And I knew the mind I was in. Like, I'd be like, man, quickly be thinking I'm hungry, I'm not hungry. Like, it's all a mind game. Like,
It really is.
definitely.
And like you guys said earlier too, what you eat matters. My boyfriend and I, we were following Dr. Sebi's diet, and then, people slip. We kind of just got back to eating normal, and we stopped eating pork for a second, but we went back. Y'all, I haven't been feeling good this week, and I
Right.
already know it's what I'm eating.
Yeah.
When
Right.
I eat good
Big
food, I
fact.
feel better. I got energy. Like I feel better to move around.
Mm,
When you eat sluggish food, you're gonna
yeah.
feel sluggish.
Right.
You're gonna
Yeah.
feel like you don't want to do anything. Like it makes you complacent, and I don't
Right.
like that.
Right.
I be
I'm with
feeling
you.
like, oh, go ahead, Swag.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you now. I'm just agreeing.
I was
But
gonna say, oh, you go ahead, bro.
no, you got it.
I was just gonna say, like, that made me think about, like, back in the day when they used to give, like, the scraps to our ancestors, the type of stuff they gave them, that pork and all that, and that was passed
Mm-hmm.
Right.
down.
Right. Right.
Right. Them chitlins, man. That's all.
Right.
Like
I was
how
having a
can that help
conversation with my
you?
grandmother. Yeah. And that's how I used to make money back in the day, man. Like it's crazy, man. Yeah.
Pig
And
intestine.
how I think about it, meat don't eat meat. Well, why should I eat it? You know what I'm saying? The cow. Let's take that prime
That
example.
dairy,
All right.
people
Yeah.
don't realize that, and
Mm-hmm.
it's the simple things. And a lot of times too, I've come to the conclusion people are people want convenience.
That's what it's all
To
about.
really sum it
Mm-hmm.
up,
Yeah, that's what it comes
They
down to.
lazy. People don't
Right.
want to
Yeah.
take care of their own responsibility. It's
Yeah.
like
Right.
now, like you don't even understand. Like I remember McDonald's just put out this report. They were saying they put human meat in their fucking food. They selling y'all human meat. That's not even real meat no more. It's either clone or it's human meat. So
both.
just think about
Man.
that, man. It's like,
Right.
Yeah.
yo, this is disgusting, bro.
Right. And
Yeah.
it's a lot of
But you
it's
see,
a lot of chemicals that's considered illegal in other countries that they put in a lot of foods here. You know what I'm saying? Like
I don't
Yeah,
I
weed.
know that,
realize that
like
at
it's crazy.
all.
And it's like I
Yeah,
travel right. And so when I go like out the country, you know what I mean? I always try the same thing just because now like I pay
yeah.
attention to the things I eat. You know, so I would get the simplest thing. And I know they everywhere. A bag of
Mm-hmm.
Doritos, nacho cheese Doritos. Every country got them. They everywhere, right? But listen, man, every time I tasted something outside of, America, it
Man.
was like I always say to myself, like, oh, it's nasty, or it don't taste the same.
Yeah.
It never
no,
tastes the
that's
Yeah.
same. I'm like, hey, now these ain't our Doritos, you feel me? and now it's like I read the back of the ingredients, and now I see why. Like, dang,
You
because they
start
putting
seeing
this
it.
and they putting that in. Like, okay, but like I say, in other
Even
countries
to
they're
add
illegal.
to that, people don't realize, like, we go to Publix and it'll say organic fruit. Ain't nothing organic about that fruit.
Yeah,
Nothing.
man,
Like, it's
and
come
that's what
to the
scares
point
me,
I
man.
want to start my own garden because my dad
Yeah,
lives in
me too.
Hawaii
You
and
mean
he
the
got his
fruits and
own little
vegetables
farm.
ain't real?
FDA approved, no GMOs. Like, y'all are lying, and people don't take
Dog,
that into
man,
consideration
they
because it says FDA approved. Oh, that's good enough. But you're not gonna
that
do
ain't
research to really
Nah,
see.
Don't believe in
nah.
the FDA.
Even
man.
Taco Bell, I
Oh,
think is it the
The
chicken? I
wing.
had looked up and I'm about to
Man.
Google it. They're saying, I don't know if it's in the chicken or the meat, but they're saying it's silicone dioxide, and I might be saying that wrong. Don't quote me, but it's the fact. What is sand doing in my food? If I
Right.
wanted some sand, I would have went to the beach and let
Right.
my food
right.
roll in.
Weird.
I just want to tap in on this message right here. One black
See,
Cherokee,
man.
she said, "I'm good, though it feels good to talk about to perfect strangers." But see, that's the thing, though, man. Like, people gotta start acting like, like like I said, back in the day, it used to be like everybody talk to each other or whatever and stuff. Now nobody walk past each other, not speaking and stuff like
Right.
that. So
Right.
it's like right now, in the sense, like, man, we putting information out here and we connect. We all connected.
Right.
The stranger part is like we all one another. Like,
Mm-hmm.
people got to stop being on that, isolation type of thing because they're gonna keep us separated. You know.
Facts.
Yeah, and stop being a competition too, because it's weird as
Hmm.
hell, bro. You should only
Mm-hmm.
be in competition with yourself,
Yes,
not
With
thy neighbor.
yourself.
that part.
You know what I'm saying? We all
Right.
reflections of each other, so we should love to see each other
Yep.
win, man.
Definitely.
Love to see each other win.
People don't even realize, kind of like what you're saying, when you're in competition with other people, what you in competition on who's gonna die first?
Right.
Like, nah, I'm
Man,
I'm good. Like, let me be in competition with
I'm telling you.
myself. How can I make myself better? How can I live longer?
Yeah,
How can
your
I?
race is not the next person's race, but y'all need to
Right.
both get to the finish line. That's all
Right.
it be like. Man, hey,
Mm-hmm.
Right,
we both trying to get the finish line, bro. I'm not, hey, your journey, your path, we might have similarities, but it's just like you can't keep up with the next person. And that's what a lot of people
Dang.
confused with right now. With the entertainment, it's grabbing their mind to them to
Right.
get further away from knowing who they are. Trying to follow, they following the next person. Instead
right.
of like, if you're gonna follow somebody that's giving you a gain and giving something for you to gain. If they're not giving
Right.
you nothing to
Right.
gain, they taking away from you and they draining you, and they
Facts.
don't
Right.
even know it.
Right.
People will
Yeah.
get confused too, though, T, because say for instance, like we all know each other. Now, say one of y'all did something dumb because we know each other. They'll say, "Oh, I'm gonna go with it because that's my loved one. That's my brother. That's he
Yeah,
knows best. He wouldn't
Right.
steer me
yeah,
wrong."
Right.
Your
yeah,
loved ones definitely can be the main people steering
Yeah.
your ass wrong.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Facts.
You gotta
Agree.
tell them folk about themselves too. Like you say, people
Right.
can't be like sweeping stuff under the rug. But if somebody did it that wasn't your loved one or something, you ain't gonna sweep it under the rug. You'll try to
Right.
check
Right.
them, off the back.
Right in
Mm-hmm.
and out. Right.
Right.
Hmm.
We don't
Yeah.
give our loved ones the same energy that we would give somebody that we're not attached to. And I feel like with
Hmm.
that, that's a big problem because we'll give our loved ones a pass just off of them being our loved ones. No, you're going to get the same energy I would have gave it a stranger in the street.
Man,
Like you got to
and
put yourself first.
it's to help you, not hurt you. It's to help you because you run around and do this to somebody else, they might hurt you for real.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just yeah, like. But everything to bring the culture together, like how we doing, spreading the information and bringing people back together. It's too much stuff that's keeping people isolated right now. And a lot of people
Right.
be like, you got the knowledge, well, what you gonna do with the knowledge and stuff like that. But that's the reason of having
Yeah.
platforms. If we had this platform, it's some other people doing the same work we doing and tapping in and getting people to feel like they're not alone. They're not by themselves,
Yeah.
you know.
It's all about connecting. So it's how you connect on the larger scale, man. You don't want
Right.
to hold. You don't want to withhold knowledge and information. That's
Right.
crazy. What's the point of getting the damn information? You
That's
know?
Right. Right.
another problem though. People feel, oh, I got this info, I got to keep it to myself because if I give it
Yeah.
to somebody else, they gonna know the game. Well, what
Exactly.
the
Right.
hell? What's the
Yep.
purpose? What are you doing
Right.
holding it in? What is that
Exactly.
gonna do for you? So you're gonna be
Yep.
the only healthy person and everybody else out here just going through it, struggling,
Hell
and then
yeah,
it's
you
Right.
see
everybody
somebody,
else.
you're an undercover vegan, and you see somebody eating a fat ass burger with about three goddamn layers of meat, and you gonna sit there and just be like, dog, you know you can do better, right? You gonna watch them there eat that bit, have a heart attack, now you feeling guilty? Like, come
Right.
on.
Then you want to give them the advice when it's too late. They laying in the hospital bed. Well, it's like, but you could have stopped them
Look, I'm
when
gonna
you
say
saw them
something.
eating the burger.
Yeah.
It's all about choices. What choice do you
Yeah,
want to make?
yeah. That's the accountability on our levels though, because if you got somebody suffering from a mental issue around you, and you know it, it's just like, well, I feel like I'm responsible if I know. If I don't know, I can't help what I don't know.
Yeah.
But if
Right.
I
Right.
Right.
know it, that's my accountability. Even though if it
Right.
ain't my business, if I see somebody on the street or something, I'm like, man, it's the gestures, not instead of just rocking past. It's all about making everything around you better. You
Yes.
know,
I always try to put myself in the person's shoes. That's my thing. Like,
That's
damn.
me as well.
If I was there, I hope somebody would help me like I'm about to help this person or like I
Right.
help this person out. And
Yep.
yeah,
Treat people
man,
the way you want to be treated.
straight up.
hmm So resilient by D, Danielle, we know you as. What does being an underdog mean to you? You know,
For me, being the underdog is doing things my way. When people hear that, like, okay, you got your master's in clinical mental health counseling, you think, okay, well, I'm about to be in the office having people come. But like I told you guys earlier, I don't see myself doing that anymore. I see myself being out in the street, doing it my way. I'm not fucking with these insurance companies who are going to tell me I can
hmm
only counsel you for this amount of sessions. I can
Right.
only
Right.
do this. I got the degree just to say I'm certified. So if somebody tries to come at me crazy, like, don't play with me, I got the knowledge behind it. I'm just not
yeah,
taking that same route that you're
Right.
doing.
Right.
Right. Hmm.
So for the underdog, it's just like do it my way to be able to really what we're all trying to do, give back to our community so everybody is on
yeah,
the same page so we really can prosper. It doesn't make any sense for if only it's only us four and our viewers, only us, we know what's going on, but the rest of the
right,
world
Right.
is blinded. Like that's
right,
not
Right.
cool for
yeah,
me.
because
Okay.
I dig it.
Yep.
spread
And one more.
spread the
One.
information. Oh, go ahead, Vidal.
One, I was gonna say too. One more thing before you go. I want to touch on for anybody that's listening and viewing. Like, just what resources can they take? Say if they struggling with something mentally, like they don't want to go to a friend of theirs, because they feel like they can't talk to that person. They don't want to go to a parent. They don't got nobody they can go to, but they want to reach out to somebody. What would you recommend? What resources would you recommend for that?
I would recommend hold on. It's a chat line, 1211, because that will literally give you any resources that you need. You could tell them like the suicide hotline. You could tell them just it's a specific hotline that you can literally just talk to people for. And I'm trying to find it because
Right.
it's slipping my
Yeah, that's
mind.
big.
Hold on.
That's big. Yeah,
And then two, for some of you guys, real quick, people don't want to go see a therapist because they don't want to open up to
Right.
somebody new, which is
Right.
understandable. And I will say this, you got to shop for a therapist like you would shop for a barber.
Mm.
You might go to one person and he line you up, you be like, oh, this not it, let me try somebody else, until
Right.
you
Right.
find a
Yeah.
person that suits you the best. And it works that same way. If you go to a therapist, yes, you're gonna have to open up, but you gotta
yeah,
get that vibe from them. You gotta see, can they resonate with me? Can they, how we talked about putting ourselves in other people's shoes, can they see where I'm coming from? Don't
Right.
get
hmm
discouraged by going to one therapist and it didn't work out. So now you're like, man, fuck therapy, fuck. No, you gotta
Right.
find the right person that you really can connect with, because once you do, it's a done deal. Goes back to the barber. Once you find your barber, you ain't gonna cheat on your barber.
Nah.
Facts.
You're
right.
not. And I'm still trying to find that. Hold on. What is that chat line?
So
And
then take
even
it to.
too, making sure you have a good support system. It
That
doesn't,
part.
Yeah.
even if it's talking to a stranger, sometimes talking to
That
a
part.
stranger is the best
Right.
person. They don't
Right?
know
Exactly.
you, they can't
Exactly.
judge you, they
Judge
Right.
you
can't,
away.
there's no
Right.
biases. It's literally them listening
Yeah.
to what you got to say. And
Yeah.
now a
Yeah.
stranger, they can give you advice. But if you see
Yeah.
a therapist is not, and not knocking the ones that do, a therapist should never give you advice. Instead, more so insight on how to cope and maintain with
Mm.
things that you're going through.
How to
How to,
balance your out.
yes,
Yeah.
how to balance yourself out because your mind. I know me personally, I overthink.
Mm.
So my brain goes all over the place, and with having a therapist, they can literally help you sort out
Mm-hmm.
those thoughts, help you
Right.
certain things that might make you upset. Okay, we can provide you with more insight. We can help you be more accountable, help other people be more accountable. Like what you learn
Right.
in therapy, you can take and use those exercises and techniques to help other people. And then
Right.
all you got to do is help one person. Because if you help that one person, and then that
Mm-hmm.
one person helps one
Right.
person,
Yeah.
Trickle
that
down.
one person helps one
Yeah.
person.
Mm-hmm.
How many people did we help just off of helping one
Yeah.
One
person?
person.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Underdog podcast.
Go a long
Man.
way.
Indeed.
Hey.
Hey,
Hey,
man.
that's exactly what it's about though. That's why we doing what we doing. You know, one person tell another person and then tell another person. It's all the
Yeah. Each one
connection.
teach
You know
one,
what
man.
I mean?
Each one teach one, man. Each
Yeah.
one reach one, everything, man.
You know,
For
Facts.
real.
it ain't a tug of war type of situation. It's the let me bring my brother or sister up the cliff and we all pull them along to bring them back. You
Right,
know.
right, right.
There you go.
Hmm.
Every time.
You guys, it's the crisis text line. There's a suicide hotline, and that's 1-800-273-TALK. If you don't want to talk to nobody and you literally just want to text, it's the crisis text line, and that's literally 24 hours. And you can text 741-741 and text start.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to see. I'm always just going to advocate for just to see a therapist. Find somebody that you really can connect with and resonate with. You don't have to, but it's a lot easier because they actually have the tools to really get to you. And if
Right.
not, just making sure you have the right support system around you. You guys are talking
Yeah.
about black masculinity earlier, and a lot of
Hmm.
times, even with that, it's a misconception that if you get mental health, you're weak.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Hell no, you're not
Mm-hmm.
weak. You're weak, honestly, if you
Right.
don't care about your mental health.
There
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
Getting
go.
help for your brain shows like, okay, I give a fuck about myself.
Right.
Yeah.
I care how I think and how I process. It goes back into if you cannot think mentally, how are you going to function physically?
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Stay off social media, people trying to get
Oh,
therapists on us. You know, it's just gonna be
Mm-hmm.
a bunch of people instigating and add more to the fire. You know, if
Right.
you can
Right.
sit around and talk on social media, you can go in front of a therapist and actually get some
right.
real type of
There you go.
help. Like I say, it ain't a bunch of negativity and a lot of people and other people business. You know, so yeah,
That's a
man, y'all
really
just
good example, T.
yeah,
I didn't even think about that. People
gotta
will
stay
literally
true to
tell their
yourself.
business online. And you
Man.
Hey.
don't
Man, I
know these
ain't
people from a can of paint, but
I
you
don't even
mad
want to
and don't
know.
want to tell a therapist.
That's
I be
weird.
like, boom, I ain't want to know about this, so and so,
Right.
and like, man, come on, dog. I ain't even
Yeah,
asked
man.
for all this, bro. I was just trying to see my baby cousin picture.
Yeah, man.
Real talk, man. But yeah, we was
Yeah.
definitely excited to have you on here. Resilient by
Yeah.
D. You guys follow, get your gear, get your merch, tap in.
Yes.
You
Speaking of
know
merch, I just got my shirt. My thing just told me it's in my
It came.
mailbox.
I was
Yeah.
trying to check the tracking. I was supposed to send it a day earlier, but I told y'all I've been eating. I ain't been eating right this week, and I ain't been feeling well. So when I was supposed to
it.
go to the post office, see, this is why you're supposed to
Yeah,
eat right, people. He could have got his
yeah.
shirt a day early, but I wasn't feeling right.
I was trying to work for the podcast today, man, but I'm gonna wear it next week. Fuck it.
You know it, man. We
I
in here.
Facts.
appreciate you guys having
Yeah.
me, and I hope to be back. I hope that you guys can join us. My
Oh,
friends
no
and I already
doubt.
spoke with T about it to come
Okay.
on the Womenal Sphere. and
I'm
to
down.
really have this same conversation and for them to come
Mm-hmm.
on this as well, because I really enjoy talking to you guys, and they're like me and their perspectives are,
Yeah.
I just know it will be
Right.
everything.
You know,
Yeah,
this
Yeah.
the same way. This self improvement. You know, this podcast for self improvement, and then also for us to have you on here as a guest to be a black queen. That shows that
hmm
we can all have a cordial conversation and not be arguing how they paint the picture of everything.
Right.
We trying to
right.
bring
Right.
everything in a more positive perspective out there for folks, not the narrative of
Yeah,
toxic stuff going on. Like, you know, we not disrespecting one another, putting each other down. We able to dissect and learn from each other.
right. Real
Right.
talk. And
Right.
before you leave, though, we like to give you your flowers, basically
Mm-hmm.
saying that keep doing what you're doing for the community, for yourself,
For sure.
and just for real, because mental health is it's a real big thing. So we
Yeah,
salute you. Resilient by D. Please go to her link in her bio, purchase some of
yeah.
her merch, show love. You see my
For
boy right
sure.
Thanks.
already.
You know
That
that.
part.
Yes,
Thanks,
man.
guys. And I shout out to
Exactly.
y'all too, because y'all gotta understand, I done seen y'all with the 10-year challenge. So
That part.
Yeah, right.
it's
That
been more
part.
than 10 years. So to
Right.
see where you guys are now and knowing where you guys came from, like that shit really just brings joy to my heart, because it's like we all done grown up. We all on
Facts.
the same page, and we all literally trying to make the world a better place. Or in these
Right,
bodies that we're renting, because these bodies
Right.
ain't
right,
ours.
right,
Just
Right.
bring it.
right.
That's all.
You ain't lying.
That
I
part.
say we had the underdog, the most known unknown. You know, hey Sly, you gotta leave them out though with the podcast, the slogan, man. You know how we do
Oh man, this is the
it.
Underdog Podcast where
Yeah,
real eyes, real lives, real lives.
yes,
That
sir.
Thank
part.
y'all for tuning in.
Till next time.
Yes,
You
sir.
know it.
For sure.
Deuces.